They've been our first line of defense for over half a century, little strings of characters that stand between our private lives and the chaos of the internet. Passwords. There are digital keys, but here's the thing, they're also one of the weakest links in our entire online security system. And now with the rise of Face ID, fingerprints, and even physical authentication devices, we're faced with a question that might redefine how we log into anything. Is the password actually dying? The story begins in 1961 at MIT. Back then, computers weren't something that you carried in your pocket. They were room-sized machines that used to cost millions to run. MIT's, or the Compatible Time-Sharing System, was revolutionary because it was the first time multiple people could use a single computer at once, almost like an early version of multiple user accounts. But there was a problem. Because everybody was using the same machine, they needed to find a way to stop people from peeking at another person's work. And the solution was actually pretty simple. In fact, it would change everything. A secret word paired with a username. It wasn't perfect, but this was the very first digital lock. And for decades, that's all we needed. A username, a password, and a little faith that people wouldn't guess it. But over time, the internet just kept changing. The more connected we became, the more tempting it was for hackers to break in. Password cracking software got faster, phishing scams got smarter, and data breaches became a regular headline. Just in 2024 alone, over 4 billion passwords were exposed in leaks from social media accounts to even online banking credentials. And sometimes we make it easy for attackers. We reuse passwords across multiple sites. We make them too simple. We write them on sticky notes. We even forget them entirely and click reset passwords so often that it feels like a ritual. The very thing designed to protect us had become a liability. The real shift came with smartphones. Suddenly you didn't just have a keypad, you had sensors, fingerprint scanners, facial recognition, and in some devices even iris scanners. Logging in became instant, no typing, no memorizing, and no need for a forgot password link. Tech giants noticed. Google, Microsoft, and Apple began experimenting with something new. This was called passkeys. And these weren't just passwords in disguise. Passkeys are unique cryptographic keys stored securely on your device. It's unlocked by using your fingerprint, your face, or device pin, and it can't be guessed, stolen through phishing, or cracked by brute force from a hacker. The way it works is instead of handing over a secret word or arrangement of symbols, your device does a digital handshake with the service. If the handshake works, you're in. If not, then no entry. This is called passwordless authentication, powered by public key cryptography. It may sound complicated, so let me explain. Your device creates two keys, one public and one private. The public key is stored on the website's server. The private key never leaves your device. When you log in, your device has to prove it has the private key without actually sending it. This means that even if a hacker breaches the server, they can't use the public key to break in. And this system is already happening everywhere. For example, Apple lets you log into iCloud with Face ID or Touch ID. Google has rolled out passkeys for millions of accounts. Microsoft lets Windows users ditch passwords entirely. Banks, online stores, and even gaming platforms are joining in on this. This shift could mean things like faster logins, fewer data breaches, and less reliance on having to memorize your passwords. It also means that sooner or later, the word password might be as outdated as the word dial-up. But obviously this isn't happening overnight, as millions of websites still use passwords and don't plan on shifting away from them anytime soon. So are passwords really fading away? Well, yes, but slowly. They're being replaced piece by piece, app by app, device by device, and for now they still stand as our most common gatekeeper. But that's it for this video. If you liked it, I'll see you at the next one.